Today, we'll take you through the fundamentals of the internal audit function, including common types of audits performed, best practices for carrying out the audit process, as well as must-have information to include in every internal audit report to drive actions needed. This is Audit Board Essentials. The internal audit function serves as an organization's third line of defense, providing independent and objective assurance over a company's operations. Its objectives are to evaluate and improve the company's governance, risk management, and control processes in order to ensure operational efficiency, regulatory compliance, and achievement of company objectives. The internal audit team is typically led by a chief audit executive or head of audit who reports administratively to senior management, such as a CFO or CEO, for matters like budgeting and human resources, but maintains independence by reporting directly to the organization's board of directors. In order to carry out their objectives, internal auditors adhere to professional standards established by the Institute of Internal Auditors, the globally recognized authority for the internal audit profession. The internal audit team's purpose, scope of work, specific duties, and reporting lines, however, are further delineated in an internal audit charter, which is specific to the company. This helps ensure that auditors' activities are aligned with the company's governance structure, risk management framework, and strategic objectives. Auditors carry out their initiatives by performing internal audits, which are unbiased reviews of a company's internal systems, processes, and procedures. Audits help teams accomplish their goals by bringing a disciplined approach and objective perspective to the effectiveness of an organization's risks, controls, and business operations. While the majority of audits tend to cover effectiveness of risk and controls, the internal audit function can perform reviews over a number of areas, including compliance, environmental health and safety, security and technology, business performance, financial reporting, operational processes, as well as the special projects and investigations at the request of management. Now, to begin the audit process, the internal audit function will conduct a risk assessment to identify and prioritize potential high-risk areas. This information is used to develop an audit plan, which details audits to be performed, timing, as well as other information. As part of planning, the audit team will also undergo a scoping exercise to determine the breadth of work to be performed, such as whether you're going to review an entire process more broadly or looking at one or more components in more detail. Next is performing the audit, which is done by engaging in fieldwork. This involves gaining an understanding of the current processes and associated risks to determine the audit steps to be performed. This can include activities like conducting interviews with business owners, inspecting supporting documentations, and performing testing of select transactions and controls to determine if the objectives of the audit step have been met. Once fieldwork is complete, an official audit report is created to summarize the scope, objectives, and results of the audit, including any issues identified and audit recommendations. This information is shared with stakeholders like line managers, senior management, and the board of directors to promote governance, facilitate improvement, and enable informed decision-making. Some examples of common internal audit findings include a lack of segregation of duties, detailed policies and procedures, formal approvals, or supporting documentation. The importance of a strong internal audit team within an organization cannot be overstated. That's it for this episode of Audit Board Essentials. Be sure to subscribe and tune into our channel for future episodes where we'll be covering the nuts and bolts of a foundational knowledge of audit, risk, and compliance.